Hi everyone, and welcome to the episode 2 of our Omnichannel series. Today we're going to talk about timing and balance in going to market in the Omnichannel. So without further ado, let's go. In the last episode of the series, we defined what the Omnichannel is, and it's made of physical touchpoint, digital touchpoints, marketing activities, and transaction points, and that is the Omnichannel altogether. There's nothing more to it, there's nothing less to it. It's a great way to look at it, it's very complete, but it doesn't tell you the right story because it does make you think that everything has the same weight in the customer journey. So here's another way to look at the Omnichannel and the customer journey. On the horizontal axis is the funnel, awareness to consideration to purchase, transaction. And on the vertical axis is the share of voice. What is physical, what is digital. And you will see awareness starts with a 50-50, and then the mid-funnel is highly dominated by digital, and the transactional side is highly dominated by physical retail stores or shops. Now, if you've been through 2020 and you've seen the pandemic, well, that funnel looked very different, right? So we did a lot more online transactions than we used to, and the share of digital transactions just exploded to reach sometimes 80% of the entire commerce and retail industry. But coming back to what a more typical time funnel looks like, there's another part that's really important. If you look at the awareness, it's kind of split between digital and physical activities, but that only works if you have TV. So if you're in a seasonal moment or if you're in NPI, and you're actually advertising your products on TV. Because TV has that huge reach that gives this non-digital touchpoint a lot of weight. Now, most of your products will not get TV. Most of your services will not get TV. They will only get it partially. So a real typical customer journey funnel looks a lot more like this. Everything pre-purchase is highly dominated by digital. And the center of gravity of a customer journey is here where the diamond is deep down into the digital environment. Now, if you start plotting your activities on that chart, this is kind of what it looks like. You could have more activities or less activities, but that's a way to look at it. So on the top left corner, you'll have TV and press, and then somewhere in the middle, you'll have influencers marketing and display marketing, and then you will have more .com related or retail.com related type of things on the far right, and in-store retail type of things on the right. If you want to know what a customer journey looks like, any customer journey will look kind of like this. It's going to bounce around a lot, these touch points, and then it will go to a conversion. That's one, but they will all look like this. The one thing to notice here, it bounces around a lot more in the yellow area than it does in the blue area, obviously. If you think about how corporations are organized, most corporations, the vast majority, the top left corner is where marketers will spend 80% of their time. The reason why we do marketing, and I've been a marketer myself, is we want to tell brand stories, we want to tell product stories, we want to give messaging, we want to create emotional engagement with the brand and with the products, and we spend a ton of time and resources in creating this and defining the halo type of campaigns and assets in the brand. And if you think about the salespeople, including me, when I was a salesperson, 99% of your time you are going to spend thinking about that axis of transaction. Where is my customer buying? Where should I get my inventory? What's my pricing policy? What are my terms? So you will really store your resources, time, mind share, and culture around this. Everything in the middle is kind of wiring and plumbing, and it's handled by a bunch of agencies, and then you have ops, channel ops, marketing ops, trade marketing, you name it. But it's kind of a mean to an end. It's not where the majority of the culture, the processes, and the KPIs of the corporations are actually happening. Now, once I've said this, what am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say that if you want to win in the Omnichannel and you want to think about the balance of your culture, the balance of your resources, the balance of your processes and KPIs, you need to think digital first. Digital wins over physical. And while it's true that every one transaction that happens on a .com website, there are 4 in the offline world, but keep in mind that 9 interactions out of 10 with every one of your customers during their journey will happen in a digital world. So you really need to optimize for this. And the reason why digital wins over physical is because what you do in the digital world, which is the upper and mid funnel, you convince your customers and then they go and transact. You win the sales in the digital world, you convert it or you lose it in the physical world. It's very, very hard to win the sale in the physical world. Let me illustrate this. If you have crappy ratings and reviews online and the most outstanding in-store point of sale experience plus the right inventory out there, you will not sell. If you have raving reviews online, but your in-store experience is not great, it's just a product on the shelf at the right price, you will sell a lot. Digital wins over physical. You need to integrate this in everything you do, the way you organize yourself, the way you think about your customers, your channels and everything. It's incredibly important if you want to win in the current and future omnichannel. The other point that's very important is that time is being compressed. The pandemic has accelerated digital commerce adoption. It will only grow. The fact that 1 in every 4 transactions happens online is only a temporary thing. It will settle to 50-50 pretty fast. It's only because it's only the beginning of e-commerce, but it will keep on growing. So you need to think that that funnel shape will very quickly grow to this 2020 funnel shape, and if it doesn't go that high, that's probably going to settle somewhere in between. So really, time is running out. Get prepared, change your culture, change your processes, change your organization and your KPIs to optimize for a digital first world. The last point that I want to make is quite important. The lines are moving inside the organization. The territories are changing. Remember how sales and marketing were far apart on that chart? And sometimes there is this channel marketing group in the middle that bounces between sales and marketing. It's a really, really hard thing to do, channel marketing, because you need to align with everyone, but everyone has a different culture. Well, some people say that the frontier is getting closer. This is not what's happening. There is an overlay between sales and marketing. You need to think about this. Marketing people need to have a lot more commerce culture, and salespeople need to have a lot more marketing culture, and both of them need to have a lot more digital background in order to understand what's the right investment of the resources at the right time. And it shouldn't be a territorial battle. It should be a battle for the customer to give them delightful customer journeys. Because remember, at the end of the day, for the customers, this is not omnichannel, it's not physical, it's not digital, it's just shopping. And every one of us as customers, we expect shopping to be easy, frictionless, and delightful. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you soon.